I love your love story. I just recently heard about your love story and how you met your wife and then how later in life it happened. Can you do a quick synopsis for us?
Welcome to MsMojo. Today we're looking at celebrities who talked about the moment they realised their partner was the one they wanted to spend the rest of their lives with.
Right. Sits down and I can't get my eyes off her and I'm waving trying to get
like, hey, over there.
Over there.
Stephen Colbert. If you think love at first sight is a myth, Stephen Colbert's story will make you a believer. During the early days of his career, he faced a life-altering decision: marry his girlfriend or stay single.
My mom picks me up. She goes, well, you're really distracted. And I said, well, I told her why. Mom and I were really close. I said, oh, this is what Ann said. She goes, well, do you love her? I said, I think so. And she said, do you want to marry her? I said, I don't know. And she said, I don't know isn't good enough. And suddenly I had a week to kill.
While home in Charleston, South Carolina, he attended the world premiere of the opera Hydrogen Jukebox with his mother. Standing across the room was a woman who instantly captivated him.
Beautiful woman in a black linen dress, standing on one of the sconces in the lobby, and I think, her. Honest to God, I thought, there's your wife. You're going to marry her.
Within the first minute of their conversation, Colbert realised that he and Evelyn McGee were meant for each other. Decades later, their perfect love story continues to burn bright and remains a testament to the power of destiny.
Here's a very nice card that says, our wedding seems like yesterday. I'm still crazy for you in every way. Happy anniversary. And that is the truth, my love.
Mila Kunis. Many speculated about a romance between Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher during that 70s show, but the two were never an item back then. Years later, though, fate did intervene.
We went our separate ways, and in our 20s, always kept in touch on, AOL iChat.
Oh, yeah.
So we would always be like, hey, how's it going? How's life? Like, always just, but we both had independent relationships, had a whole separate life.
According to Kunis, she never saw him romantically until running into him at an award show. Maybe the stars aligned, or perhaps he was in the right place at the right time, but something changed in that instant.
And then he turned around, and I went, oh! And then that moment that you hear or see in movies where, like, your heart skips a beat, and it happened with Ashton, and I was like, oh, stop it. Like, I was like, no, it was the weirdest thing. I was like, this isn't really happening.
Although he initially planned to set her up with a friend, that was the most defining moment for Kunis. In her eyes, this was when Kutcher went from friend to future hubby.
If we were in a movie, like, the music would start playing and violins would go, I literally went, like, I think that he, for the first time ever, took my breath away.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds may seem like they've been together forever, but this A-list couple also has their own origin story.
Anything I see in my mind, I can create. I just have to focus.
Anything?
Anything.
After meeting on the set of Green Lantern, it took some time before their dynamic evolved. According to Reynolds, they were friends for a while before a double date with other people sparked a deeper connection.
She was on a date with another guy and I was on a date with another girl, and that was the most awkward date for their respective partners because we were just like fireworks coming across the...
Although that kick-started their romance, Lively knew that he was the one after realizing their friendship was the foundation for their relationship. Speaking to Marie Claire magazine, she confessed that knowing he would always be her best friend for her whole life prepared her for the next step. Over a decade of marriage later, it looks like trusting her instincts paid off.
Still, not just in our history, but in everyday life, he is my friend first, and that's I think that's the secret to happiness.
Beyoncé. In another case of friendship blossoming into love, Beyoncé came to know her significant other as her closest friend. While everything about their life together has been high profile, Beyoncé and Jay-Z kept it surprisingly low-key before making things official.
I remember the first time you were on the Oprah show and I told you, don't go around telling people who you're dating. I think you took that all the way.
I took it as far as I could take it.
Though she didn't have a grand epiphany, Beyoncé feels being on the phone for a year and a half with him solidified her belief that he was the one. The performer believes that friendship as the basis for their relationship allowed her husband to understand who she is.
And that foundation is so important in a relationship. And just to have someone that you just like.
It was only after they reached such a deep understanding that Beyoncé felt ready to go on their first date. The rest, as we know, is history.
My baby father, bloodline Rwanda. Why would you try me? Why would you bother? I am Beyonce, Giselle knows Carter.
Victoria Beckham.
When you first met him, when you first met the two of you, I mean, was it like bow, wham, smack? I mean, did you think, oh, God, this is the guy, this is the girl I'm going to get married to and live the rest of my life with? David?
I felt that, yeah.
Did you?
Definitely. You did, I hope, didn't you?
After a whirlwind romance that dominated tabloids, Posh and Beck's wedding was nothing short of a cultural phenomenon. In a letter to her teenage self published in Vogue, Victoria opened up about when she knew her heart belonged to him.
When I saw him in the footballers' lounge, all the other footballers were at the bar, but he was standing talking to his parents, and I'm very close to my family, and I loved that side to him.
As she describes it, it was love at first sight, not just because of his looks, although his cute smile did help, but because of how he valued his family. Having a similar bond with her own family, Victoria was certain that any future they shared would be built on the same foundation of love and loyalty.
Obviously, he's incredibly good looking, but David is the most wonderful husband and fantastic father and a real inspiration to all of us. You know, he's hardworking, he's a really, I'm lucky to have him as my soulmate.
Chance the Rapper. Their 2019 wedding might make it seem like Chance and Kirsten Cawley was a recent item, but their story stretches back 2 decades.
We've been married since March 9th. Sorry, we got married last year in December. We had our wedding March 9th. So yeah, coming up on a year actually.
But you've known each other since you were 9 years old.
Since we were 9 years old, yeah.
In a heartfelt Twitter thread, Chance revealed he first saw his future missus at a Christmas party at his mother's workplace. Cawley was performing a routine inspired by a Destiny's Child song, captivating Chance, who claims it was then that he knew he was gonna marry that girl.
I saw her and I was like, I like what I see.
I can get into that.
Yeah.
Their paths didn't cross again until years later, but he wasn't willing to let her go this time. Though their 2024 separation gives a bittersweet ring to this story, their journey from a childhood crush to marriage will always be a beautiful chapter in their lives.
So she's been with you from, through everything.
Oh yeah, definitely before I was successful, she was my girlfriend, for sure, yes.
That's important.
If I'm successful now, then yes, pre-success.
Nick Jonas. Nick and Priyanka's wedding was like a marriage between two worlds. While they seemed to have a whirlwind romance, the singer revealed it was actually a long time coming.
So something to the effect of, hey, I've heard we have a lot of things in common, friends in common, and I think we should meet in person. And she right away responded. She was like, nice to meet you, like, let's get off DM, let's go to text. My team might be watching him.
According to Jonas, the pair were friends for 2 years before they started dating. But once they did, he quickly realized that they were meant to be.
I got to know her so well as a friend first, which then made it really easy when we started dating to say, wow, this is the person, and I know, right off the bat. So it happened very fast.
The performer was so certain of their bond that he shared plans to propose to his brothers just a week after his date with Priyanka. After all, when you know, you know.
I said September, it was May at the time, and then it ended up being June that I proposed it.
Emily Blunt.
I kind of knew who he was, but not terribly well, and which he likes to say, that I had no idea who he was, but also, but then you knew I liked you, so it's real.
Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are easily among the most adored celebrity couples today. Known for their breezy, drama-free relationship, the pair's romance began in a similarly wholesome way. Speaking to People TV, Blunt recalled enjoying a night out at a restaurant with a friend when they spotted Krasinski.
We were talking and discussing how much I was enjoying being single. And then she goes, oh my God, there's my friend John, and that was it.
Although she was vaguely aware of his stardom from The Office, she credits their instant chemistry as the reason why she fell for him. When asked when she knew he was the one, the actress claims it was disarmingly soon. Considering they were engaged within months, we're inclined to believe her.
He did not eat, he just stood there and made me laugh. And that was it. Yeah.
There you go, and it's worked out.
He just did a bit.
Matthew McConaughey. A heartthrob since the 90s, Matthew McConaughey was among Hollywood's most eligible bachelors until a certain someone stole his heart.
I'm not even a club guy. This night I was a club guy. And I'm making margaritas at the end of the table, and then this figure moves across the room.
The actor has been in a relationship with Camila Alves since 2006, tying the knot in 2012. Admitting that he was happily single when she walked into his life, McConaughey describes being entranced by Alves from the moment he saw her.
My eye went up, and I remember what came out of my mouth. I didn't say, who is that? I went, what is that? And then that went and sat down, and I tried to get that's attention. And as I was trying to get that's attention across the room, it went in my head. I was like, this is not the kind of woman you call over across the room, McConaughey.
Realizing that he couldn't just let her walk away, McConaughey made the first move, sparking a love that burns bright to this day. The actor believes that fate brought them together at the right time. Not all love stories are perfect, but McConaughey did find his happily ever after.
The next night after that, I wanted to go on another date. And I've been wanting to go on a date with her for the last 9 years. And not with anybody else.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Freddie Prinze Jr. They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Freddie Prinze Jr. can definitely vouch for that. Far from a grand romantic gesture, it was watching Sarah Michelle Gellar enjoying dinner without a care in the world that won him over.
We were friends for a very long time. We'd had many dinners before, and we were supposed to go with someone else, and the third person didn't make it out, and we decided to still go.
In a Facebook live stream alongside Gellar, Prince revealed his mind was made up on their first date. While previous girlfriends didn't share his tastes, Gellar munching down on whatever she pleased was incredibly endearing.
Sarah came to dinner with me, and we sat down, and she ate everything, including a crab that they let walk across the counter, then kill while it was alive in some oil, and said, "It's popcorn, try it."
Yeah.
And she ate it without even blinking.
Proud to be with the person he considered legit, Prince saw her as someone that he could share meals with for the rest of his life. After all, the couple who dine together stays together, right?
Someone wrote Good Morning with Sarah and Freddie. I'd watch that show. Well, our kids watch it every morning, and they are not amused.
Is there a celebrity story that resonates with you? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, she just made an entrance. That woman made an entrance. She just pulled focus. She wants me to say hello to her.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.